Hi everyone, I hope you're having an awesome week. Let me set up. Okay, so, ow, oh, I got my nails taken off. So this is what we got now. I'm excited because I want to play my guitar. I haven't played my guitar, y'all, since it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Since I got those other nails on, and if you see how grown out they are, they're to there. So it's been a month. It's been a minute. But I mean, I didn't think they were that bad, and then I showed them to the receptionist, and she goes, "Those are so grown out." And I was like, "Yeah, girl, but I mean, they were stuck on there. So you know what? Heck yeah." Anywho, okay, so boom, what have I been up to? So, as you know, I'm taking a college class on psychology, currently about to make a presentation for it. And it's a critical thinking presentation. So basically we're reading these articles. You can choose which article you want to read, but there's one about workaholism. There's one about enhancing school success with mnemonic strategies, addressing sexual and relationship violence in the LGBTQ community, and evaluating a student-led mental health awareness, it cut off there, and predicting officer physical assaults at domestic, and it cut off there. So I think I'm gonna do the relationship violence in the LGBTQ community, but I haven't read all the articles yet, or will skim them, so I don't know. But I thought it was really interesting how we're doing a paper on not challenging, but analyzing not what they said, but how well they said it. I really like doing that. And it's funny because I feel sometimes I do stuff because I feel this is something I kind of naturally do. I'm somebody who asks a lot of questions, and I feel being raised I mean, I would always get told when we're out to ask questions oh, that's such a good question, but I kind of always felt it was more of a stop asking me questions kind of thing, because I'd be why which I know annoyed the adults around me, because they would be because, or I would get told you can only ask 3 questions a day, but why was I told not to do that whenever literally right now I'm doing an assignment on it? That's what makes me mad, because I'm stop teaching kids to do things and then reteaching them to do it later. What's going on there? But anywho, moving on from my personal toils, I really like this assignment because I feel sometimes I just do a lot of doing assignments to complete them, but I enjoy doing stuff to feel I don't know, my brain's being stimulated and I'm learning something, because I feel high school, or a lot of the classes I take in high school at least, I just feel I'm checking a box. I will say my English class last year, I always felt I was writing from a personal perspective, because I took I really liked both of my English classes, because I took 2 semesters and I had the same teacher. Shout out to that teacher, love that guy. He's the best. But I would write, we did modern fiction, so we read these books and wrote about it, and then we also did narrative non, so that's where we talked about, this is so crooked, where we talked about our own personal stories, and I just felt that was wow, I'm learning something, I'm learning how to tell stories for my college essays. But in some classes, I'm just why am I here? I don't want to do this. This does not make me feel better about myself, and I don't know what I'm doing. And if people were to be what class are you talking about? And they were to say, is it math? I'd be I mean, here's the thing. I do, whenever I say stuff, I hope you understand, take everything I say with 5 grains of salt. Because yes, I know I am in math. Yes, I do enjoy learning math. I just don't enjoy it in a space where I'm constantly getting graded on everything I do, and those grades just really aren't making me feel too great about myself. But also, I've become so numb to my AC just kicked in and now I'm getting cold, to a point where every time I get a grade back, it feels I don't even have the time to recover from doing bad on one grade before I'm up and doing the next, and then I'm just getting punched in the face by that grade too. I don't know, it reached a point where I was just hey, we just gotta get through the day, just gotta get through the day. But yeah, math was just a rough time for me this year. But I mean, I love learning math. I just hate whenever I'm getting graded on something and it just feels like no matter how hard I work or no matter how much time I dedicate to it, I'm still not getting better. Like, that's just nightmare fuel and saddening. So there's a word for it in psychology. I just forgot what the word is. It's like, it has to do with like reward systems, and it's like whenever you've realized that the response isn't going to change no matter how hard you work. Which isn't true, and I know that, but it's hard to convince myself, like, no, like, you just have to do this, you just have to do that, whenever I genuinely just want to, like, tear my quiz into pieces and cry. Yeah. And I feel like, and that's a valid response sometimes. Like, sometimes you really just need to be, you just need to let yourself be upset. And I tried so hard in the first semester to constantly be like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Like, I can be like, it's not okay, I'm upset, and I can be there for a minute, because I feel like also there's a big culture of like not like, you know, like, oh, you're not okay, do this so you're okay, do this so you're okay, do this so you're okay. And it's like, no, I just need to feel how I need to feel, and that's what we're gonna be for a minute. And I'm still feeling that, and it's May 30th, so we'll see when Bert wears off. But it's odd because I really, really, really enjoyed math until it just kind of felt like I hit a wall in it. But I would love, like, I just need to, oh my goodness, I was talking to my math ACT tutor about this. You know what I need to do? I need to retake a basics class, because I get all the concepts. It's the basics that mess me up every single time. Like, I will get every single one of the concepts I've learned correct, and then I can't remember whether we're supposed to divide, distribute, or multiply, or which way the exponents go, and then bam, and I know which class calls that. I'm looking at you, middle school pre-algebra. I called you out. Hated that class. But no hate to the teacher. That class was, so basically what I did in math was I jumped up, and that year was just hard because I took an accelerated math course. Not that I wasn't ready for it, but it's just, I missed some of the basics because there was, like, just how there was a gap this year, there was a gap that year too. Like, there were some things that we just fully did not cover. Like, because, so my math program, I'm not trying to throw shade at my math teacher, okay? I gotta clarify this. So the math program was self-paced until like halfway through 6th grade. So, you know me, girl, I was speed running that math program because I was like, I want to get to 6th grade math so I can be ahead. Well, they discontinued it right before I could go into 6th grade math, okay? And also COVID had something to do with this. So I was like, everyone was in like unit 2. I'm in like unit 6. I told you, like maybe 5. Like, I'm speed running this. And then I got set back, so I was like, I want to take this class. But the problem is, since it was self-paced and we rewinded a little, I don't know, there were some topics missed. So I would be learning stuff, and the teacher would think that we knew more than we actually did, and then I would just be like, but I was always pretty good at exponents. For some reason, I just, like, I forget the basic stuff. And so I, like, it's kind of like whenever I first learned how to type. I was like, it was like kindergarten through 2nd grade, and I could not type without looking down. Like, I would genuinely always be like this, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. So I genuinely retaught myself the whole curriculum of typing. Like, typing.com went through every single one of those modules, and it was, yeah, I did it over the summer from like 4th grade to 5th grade, I think. Like, okay baby KG, like, she was on that. And I need to do that with math. I'm so serious. Like, I need to retake, I don't even know what class I need to retake. I need to retake a basics class. And like, I'm okay with doing that, even though I'm not going to do math that much in the future. Like, I just need to know that I know what I'm doing. Like, I just need to do IXL. I hate IXL. Things I never thought I would say. But like, it's kind of like how this year in AP Spanish, like, I jumped up. Well, yeah, it was a jump, and I had to go back and do conjugamos. I hated conjugamos, y'all. Well, I didn't hate it. It's just, I never thought I would do it out of my own volition, but I ended up doing it because I had to know how, I know each tense, but I forget which one goes where. And I need to know that for AP whenever I'm writing emails using different tenses. So like, always, if you don't know something, it's better to go back and learn it now than to just not know what you're doing until you're 50. Like, just do it now. Like, that's also how I felt about my braces. Because if you know anything about my teeth, they're... my tooth journey was, y'all, it was something. And I genuinely still believe that I had brain fog from something having to do with my tooth implant surgery. But that's a story for another day. Narcotic drugs and me do not get along. Anywho, what was I saying? Like, this tooth is an implant. And with my braces, like, I wanted to get them off. I got them in 2021 January, and I was supposed to get them off in like 2023 April. Y'all, I did not get those off until January of 2025. But I was like, I would rather have my teeth look good now than have to be 40 and get braces again. Like, take as long as you need, because whatever, like, I'm a teenager, everyone's gonna have braces, but like, I don't want to be 30 having to get braces again because I wanted to speed run my entire brace journey. Like, take your time, bro. That's what I told my orthodontist. I was like, I don't care how long it takes, as long as it looks good. Like, don't be taking these braces off and my teeth ain't ready. But then again, I say that, and now my retainer doesn't work, and this is why communication is so important. This is why, this exact reason, because so I was trying to explain to the lady, nobody who I tried to explain this to got it. Okay, I had a retainer, and I got it whenever I just had, y'all gotta lock in. Somebody needs to understand what I'm saying, okay? I had a retainer, and I got it whenever there was a hole here, and I had my other fake tooth, okay? The one for my retainer and the one for my braces. So the tooth for my braces, and I had that for my retainer. Well, then I got my implant, right? And so that doesn't fit with this tooth. So I needed a new retainer, but I waited a month to get that new retainer. So these teeth had already moved to places that they weren't supposed to be in. So I put the retainer on and it fit perfectly. It should not have fit perfectly because, as I said, my teeth moved since there was like a month in between, okay? So I have new retainer, fits perfectly, fits this tooth. Old retainer doesn't fit at all because there's a tooth there. So you know what I did? I was like, can you cut a hole in this? So they cut a hole in it and it didn't go all the way up. And I was like, no, these teeth need to be straight. So anywho, I ripped it off, and now I have like this portion, and then I had that portion. I don't know where it went. I can't even lie to you. It's in the hills now. Might have fallen out of my bed somewhere. But like, I have my other retainer, and I would show it to you, but it's nasty. Because it goes into my teeth. So like, I clean it, but I'm not gonna show that to you. And so, but the problem is, I don't have a retainer that fits what my teeth were originally supposed to look like with this tooth. Because even if because I have the imprint, but the imprint is with the old tooth, not this tooth, okay? So even if they made a new one, even if they were to make a new retainer, it would have the wrong tooth. I need one with this tooth that takes my teeth how they were right after my braces got removed. But I can't do that, okay? Because my other imprint they made with my fake tooth, and I don't need a tooth there because I need this tooth there. Does that make sense? If I was trying to explain this, and they were like, I don't think I can help you with that. And I was like, okay, so my teeth are going to keep on moving because this retainer does not have the suction to keep these teeth straight, okay? And if my teeth start going different directions, I'm gonna be pissed. Because do you know how long I had those braces on for? Forever. From 6th grade through 10th grade. I don't want to do that again. So that's an issue that I need to work out, but at least I'm aware of it. But that's why communication is so important, because, I mean, had I been able to explain that in a more concise way, maybe they would have been able to help me. But now I need to go in and be like, yeah, we need to mix it. And that's going to be a very interesting process. And if they say they can't help me, I'm going to be like, okay, so whenever these babies start moving, what are we going to do? Oh, also, y'all, please don't do this. See, I have an issue with cutting corners and then having to go back and fix it. But it's only, like, I don't usually cut corners, but, like, so for my rubber bands, I did not like wearing them. But I also heard that you get springs if you don't wear your rubber bands. So you know what I did? I would always put them in the night before I went to the orthodontist, or like 2 nights before, and then the night before, and my teeth would be in the right position for my appointment, and then I wouldn't wear them again until before my appointment. And I mean, I would wear them in between, but like rarely, okay? Because I was like, I don't want to do that, and my teeth know where to go. Well, after I got my braces off, my teeth were like, where do I go? And I was like, oh, I should have worn my rubber bands, because now I have to put my retainer in, my retainer that half works, mind you, to figure out where my teeth go. And since there's no retainer on this side, these teeth just kind of go wherever they want. So that kind of it disabled my speech a little. Also, I think my tongue is too big for my mouth. So we have a lot of issues going on there. And I had to get an expander whenever I was in like pre-K 4 because of that. Okay, wait. We took a serious segue to my dental problems, but let's go back to critical thinking. Anywho, I really like the idea of challenging everything you hear. And I know a lot of people, especially, maybe it's just a lot of the people I talk to, they don't like or a lot of the people, I guess all the loud opinions I hear don't like the idea of challenging everything you hear. But it's so imperative to challenge everything you hear, because like this paper says, like, this paper is genuinely validating me, because like, I don't know, sometimes you just need validation, bro. I was thinking about this. I need to be friends with a whole bunch of therapists, because here's the thing. I like the idea of therapy is like problematic for me, because what I want to do is I just want to talk, but I understand that, like, I'm guessing they don't just want to hear me talk, but then again, they're my therapist, so I'm like, would they disagree with me? But I'm like, you know, like, I just need somebody, I just need somebody who will agree with everything I say, and then if they agree with everything I say, then I'll automatically be like, no, I'm wrong. But you know what I mean? I just need somebody who will be on my side. Like, I just need a friend, apparently. I think that's what I'm trying to say. That's a half joke. Because I have people who will agree with me, but I don't know. I feel like I just need like to become friends with therapists. Because like in a traditional therapist setting, I just like, I don't know. It's always because they tell me stuff and I'm like, I feel like I already know that though. And I know how that sounds. And I don't mean it in like, I already know that. But I mean like, I feel like I was about to get to that point. And then I'm like, well, I don't just want to like talk the entire time, because then why am I even here if I'm talking the entire time? Like, I'm sure they don't just want to sit and watch me talk, and I don't really want to pay them so they can sit and watch me talk. And so that's why I tried journaling, but then I'm like, I don't really like journaling, because it's like, oh, actually, no, I really do like journaling, but at first I don't really like journaling because I have to start, and I'm like, I don't want to. It's been a long day, I'm tired, and then I'm like, no, I need to do it, and then I just end up going to bed. So yeah, I need to have a friend group therapist, or therapist friend group. But then again, I don't know if they want to do their job whenever. It's okay. Like, I feel like that's what friends are for. I know people will disagree with that. Yeah, I know. I feel like you just gotta be on my wavelength. You just gotta get me. There are people who do like to listen to other people talk. I know they're out there. Because, I love it when people, like, I love listeners. They're my favorite people. Oh, I talk about this frequently. Oh my goodness. Well, you can tell why, I'm sure. Based on the fact that I'm speaking to my phone right now. But, man. The people who just, like, and it's not like they're just waiting for their turn to talk. Like, they actually want to listen. Because, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't love listening to people speak. Like, whenever I'm having a conversation where, like, about something meaningful, I'm like, and I don't just mean meaningful to me, like, something genuinely meaningful. Like, I don't know, somebody's talking about their future, or, like, something that's important to them. Potato, not potato, that's the wrong reference. You know what, like, something that's, I guess, interesting. I'm trying to come up with a better word to describe it, but something that, like, oh, if they're passionate about something, or if, like, they're just talking. Like, I love listening to people talk. I just like also like to talk back, clearly. And if there's people who like I can't be with another huge talker if they can't also listen. And I feel like that's such an important part of talking is listening, and I hate it whenever people just talk. And I'm like, okay, like you just, oh my god, you know the number one way to make me like is whenever people go, oh, you talk a lot. Like, I know I say I talk a lot, but whenever I'm in the middle of speaking and somebody says that to me, I'm always like, and not like just in a general way, like in a rude way. Like, what was the reason? Like, I don't turn to you and go, you don't talk a lot. Like, what? I don't know. I just think that's rude. I also think it's because people have been telling me that since I could speak. And it always just comes off to me as like rude. I'm like, would you insult the sky for being blue? Like, anywho, what was I saying? Listening is such an imperative part of speaking. Said I don't like something. What do I not like? It's hard for me to remember things whenever I'm being watched because I always like try and go so fast that I forget what I'm trying to remember. You know, we're just gonna switch topics because I forgot. I've been told that I'm too open. I don't really think you can be too open. I mean, I guess you can. I feel like openness is very subjective because I talk a lot, but like that doesn't mean I'm necessarily telling you anything. Ooh, that was a bar. Can I quote myself on that? Can that be my senior quote? Let me write that down. Imagine I cite myself. Wait, genuinely? That's going in my senior quote note. That rhymed. What was it? Just because I talk a lot doesn't mean I'm telling. Just because I speak a lot doesn't mean I'm telling you anything. Bars! Now put that on a statue. No, on a wallpaper. What's the saying? I don't know. Anywho, I wish I could remember what I was talking about. I don't like it. I'm pissed. Anywho, critical thinking, so imperative, y'all. Whenever people tell you stuff, don't take it as truth. Because here's the thing. Oh, this brings me to another point. Truth is so subjective, okay? Here's the thing. I need to challenge what people say more often, but then I hate it whenever people start trying to argue with me because I'm trying to have an intellectual conversation, and if you're just hooting and hollering, then we're not going to get anywhere. Because, like, whenever, oh my god, okay, wait, we're about to get into you need to listen to what I say zone, because sometimes I'm trying to make a point and people are just like, no, that's wrong, and I'm like, okay, so my entire point's over there and you're in Canada, so we need to I just got an email from Anne. Okay, so boom, two things just happened. Number one, my phone ran out of storage. I didn't realize the $2.99 I spent on iCloud storage doesn't cross over to my natural phone storage. And I have been just going crazy with my photos, so I need to go delete those now. But that's off topic. And I know I don't even need that $2.99 because there's probably a virus somewhere on my phone, but I don't have time to find it, so whatever. That's marketing for you. Also, I was making a point and then I was like, yeah, like I was like, I'm not trying to get canceled. And not that my point was bad, it's just I feel like there's certain topics where if you're kind of like then a lot of people are going to get mad real fast. And okay, let me just say the science Freudian slip, whatever it's called. I was talking about science. In animal testing. And then I was like, oh, because I was in my class, I was like, I don't agree with animal testing. And oh my God, you would not believe the amount of backlash I got for that comment. I was like, okay, all right, future scientists, calm down. Anywho, yes, whole bunch of future scientists. And I was like, yo, like, I'm not saying I'm about to go single-handedly mess up the entirety of the medical field, okay? That like, I was just saying I don't agree with that. And especially not for cosmetics. That's an automatic no. Because genuinely, y'all, I have such bad eczema. I've had it since I was a baby. And I still don't use products that test on animals. Especially not for cosmetic purposes. Because, like, just because it's tested on animals does not mean it's better. Does not mean that it's more, like, just don't purchase it. And okay, let me go back, because I understand whenever I make broad statements, people are like, actually that does mean it's better. There's so many solutions that are so accessible to so many people. There are so many cheap brands that are accessible. There are so many, like, there's so many options. And I understand for medication, yes, obviously, like, yes. But for cosmetics, that's an automatic no. Like, that's so unnecessary on so many grounds. There are so many other options. Like, that's an immediate no. And also for hygiene products, immediate no, not necessary, unless you specifically need something that is tested on animals. And I don't think that should be tested on animals, but if it's that or death, or like if you need it, then yes. But if, like, it doesn't matter if you buy any of the brands, then please go for one that doesn't test on animals. And also, whenever people are like, it's not that big of a deal, like, wait, you put lipstick on animals? Like, oh, I hate it when people say that. I'm like, because, like, you can't get mad at me for saying I don't agree with animal testing if you don't even know what it is. Like, and also, it's just so not funny. Like, it is not necessary to do that for cosmetic products. And also the same goes for clothing. Like, do you really need real leather? Do you really? And if you do, like, if you do want something that's made of real leather, there are so many, like, there are options that are ethical. They're ethically sourced, and they're not just made from farms killing animals. And so then, this is another conversation I had. People were like, oh, well, you don't support animal testing, but you eat meat. Okay, here's the difference for me. Number one, if you haven't already seen anything I've said about the meat industry, I watched a documentary on it my freshman year, and genuinely, it sent me down a whole rabbit hole. Like, I researched so many companies and, like, the ethicality of their meat, and the problem is, it's really, like, there are so few brands that are even clear about where they source their meat from and the ethicality of their meat, to a point where, like, if you just look up where does Meat Casino source their meat, I'm just using Meat Casino, like, that's just, like, a random brand. This has nothing to do with Meat Casino. Like, usually, well, I guess I shouldn't use their name. Like, where does insert restaurant source their meat? It doesn't say anything. Like, I've gone down rabbit holes for this. It doesn't say anything, because they just don't publicly share that information. So unless you genuinely want to go vegetarian, it's either don't eat meat or, like, be unsure. Because yes, you can find certain brands, but, like, if you go out to eat, it's gonna be really hard. And so, me being myself, I was like, I'm quite a stubborn person. I was like, I'm just not gonna eat meat. Y'all, it got really bad. Like, if you're feeling lightheaded, if you're feeling dizzy, you need protein, bro. You need protein. And so that's just honestly a non-negotiable for me. And I understand, like, yes, that might be like, okay, so you don't support animal testing, but you eat meat. But those things are so different, because one of them you need to be alive, and the other one you don't. And so what I was talking about with the people in my class, I was talking about it, like, animal testing in the scientific realm, which I think is why they brought up eating meat. But, like, here's the thing. if it's for life or death situations, like for COVID-19 animal testing, I was like, do I agree with it? No, not at all, obviously. If it's that, or like a whole bunch of people die, I understand. That's a whole nother moral situation. And all I have to say is, like, see, this is where it depends on who I'm talking to, because it depends on whether or not people understand whatever I say. I still don't agree with it. I understand that it's necessary, and it's not like either way, even if I agree with it or if I don't agree with it, like it's probably still going to happen. It's not like my opinion's going to dismantle everything, but it makes me really upset whenever people just don't understand the fact that I just don't agree with that, because they're like, oh, well, it's saving your life. And it's not that. It's the fact that it's at the cost of torturing all these animals. Like, I just feel like that should make sense. Okay. And so that's one where I'm like global pandemic, I feel like that's kind of like, yeah. I mean, obviously there's not time to just come up with a new way to test solutions on people this quickly. But I do know there's human trials and stuff, but I think in the beginning phases, people still have to do that. Where I draw the line is just random animal dissections in freaking high school classrooms. There is no way, like for my biology class, we had to do fetal pig dissections, and I was talking to my teacher, I was like, where do these come from? And he was like, they're breeded for this purpose. And I was like, this doesn't need to be done in high school classrooms. Like, especially not in a normal biology class. Like, okay, if it's a pre-med class, okay, whatever. If it's like this, and we had extra pigs. Like, if it has to be done for educational purposes, there's no way that every single person should like need one pig. Like, there are videos of it, there are diagrams of it. Like, I don't think this is necessary for a high school class. In the medical field, okay. Like, okay. In a high school classroom that has nothing to do with pre-med, there is no way you can convince me that this is necessary. Like, there are videos for people who want to learn about it. There are camps that you can take focused on that. There are classes you can take focused on pre-med stuff, or you can just wait until you get to medical school. Like, you do not need to be doing this, or I don't need to be doing this. Like, I was like, there's no reason for me, who wants to be a business major, to be dissecting a pig right now. Not necessary whatsoever. And also, I think the fact that there are whole, like, breeding animals just to kill them so their insides can be, like, ripped out and looked at, that's just messed up to me. Like, I can't even, it's hard for me to explain, like, why I think that's messed up, because it's so, like, natural to me, and I understand, like, especially in the STEM realm, like, people are a lot more focused on, like, you know, advancements and research and this and that, but, like, I also feel like there should be an ethical counterpart to that, because if you're looking into things, like, I think it's so much better to observe things from the outside than to just, like, rip it apart and be like, what's going on in here? Like, there's so much more you can learn from just observing something, how it lives, than, like, opening it up. And I feel like if that needs to be done, it doesn't need to be done more than a few times at the top levels. Like, why am I doing this in my junior year biology class? I don't, like, that's just so unnecessary. And, like, I feel like if you want to do that, that's something that you should sign up for. Like, this shouldn't be for everyone, because think about it, that's just a mass production of dead baby pigs. Like, that's not necessary. You don't need to breed animals just for killing their children. Like, and I understand, like, oh, like, it's just a pig, but, like, it's a pig. Like, pigs don't deserve to be trapped and killed for nothing. Like, we already know what's inside a pig. Why do I need to dig through that just to see that what the diagram says is true, or what the video says is true? Like, why do I need to do that myself? Just, like, whenever I'm not even interested in this, and this isn't even something I want to do in my future. I just so anywho, that's me challenging critical thinking. And I understand a lot of the time, like, I understand why people would have strong opinions about it, but that's just my opinion, and I think it's something that should be thought about. Thank you so much for listening for this part. My storage is probably dying right now. Okay, hi all. Back, still writing this, or still doing this presentation, and I just want to make a comment about how it is, so I'm supposed to find evidence, about, like, about relationship violence within the LGBTQ community, because that's the topic I chose to go with. Y'all, there's genuinely, like, no, like, if you look it up on Google, only one article comes up. Like, I was looking at the CDC, and all the links that I clicked on, because, like, there was previous links put up by, like, other sources, like, they all get redirected. And so, anywho, then I'm reading through this report, and it says, per a court order, HHS, I don't even know what HHS, is required to restore this website. Any information on this page promoting gender ideology is extremely inaccurate and disconnected from the immutable biological reality that there are two sexes, male and female. What? What? I read that and I was like, if you disagree with that idea, that's one thing. To say it's inaccurate and disconnected is just, ugh. Oh my goodness gracious. And so, like, there's that disclaimer, and then there's no, like, let's look at relationship violence within the LGBTQ community. Like, there's no, like, reputable sources for this, or at least not on Google. I mean, I don't necessarily know where he wants me to look. I'm guessing not, like, JSTOR or anything, since I don't think we even have access to that. But, like, why would this not be reported on? I just, like, it's one thing to see, like, less tolerance, to see less acceptance, and it's another thing for literal scientific studies and surveys to get disclaimers saying that, like, what? Oh my goodness gracious, like, seriously, it's so unacceptable. Like, no, Siri, it's not that hard to be tolerant, or I don't even like to use the word tolerant. Let's Google what that means, because I say that, yeah, it's not that hard to be tolerant of ideas that are different than yours. I don't understand why it's so hard. But that really upset me. Because I was like, it's in the year 2026, halfway through, it's not that hard to be accepting of people who just want to be themselves. And I don't understand, like, I understand that usually this is something that people, like, grow up into, or I don't understand. Like, I can disagree with what other people think or what other people do, but that doesn't mean that I stop them from doing it or say, like, their ideas are wrong. Like, what? And I don't understand. I don't, like, if you disagree with it, tolerance is not that hard. It's something that I mean, has been taught again and again and again and again and again. And it's just disheartening and just disgusting to see people not be accepting to others, especially grown adults. It's not that hard. It's quite simple. I mean, I feel like as children we all learned it, like, shame on whoever wrote that. No. Okay, hi y'all. We have some ground to cover. Number one. Is this the... I feel like it's getting brighter. Anywho. Numero uno. You know how I was talking the other day about how people tell me to stop talking so much? Guess what happened the day after I made that video? Somebody at my job, she goes, Kichi, you're going me, 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 me. And she said that to me like 5 times. And I was like, okay, all right. Like, I literally said to her, I go, me dodging that stray. Because, like, what is that supposed to mean? Whenever people say that to me, I'm always kind of like, stop it. And that kind of upset me because I was like, wait, I liked you, but, like, why are you throwing strays at me? Like, and, like, one time, like, I was kind of like, 5? What? Girl, dodging those strays, left and right. And I was like, and it's honestly started to annoy me because it was annoying because I was like, talking to one of my other coworkers because she was asking me about how I'm doing college research, and I was trying to tell her, give her the rundown, and we kept on getting interrupted by that, and I was like, okay girl, give it a rest. Honestly, I think whenever people do that, it's like huge mosquito bite. It's just like, to me, it seems like a source of like jealousy or I don't really know, because like, why do you feel the need to point that out? You mad? And part of me wants to say that feels kind of like egotistical, but also like, I hope you know, whenever people say this stuff to me, I'm not like, well, I mean, that kind of feels a little like an insult to me. So I feel like if you go like, I didn't insult, then it's just like, what are you doing? But yeah, I mean, that's not even me trying to be egotistical. That's just me trying to reason, because like, I don't know what brought you to say that to me. Moving on. I really feel like whenever I meet people, like I'm looking to form a connection with anyone I speak to, and I think that's so like, I love living that way, because like, you never know, whenever you're just talking to someone random inside a freaking grocery store, and that can end up being your bridesmaid or something, or that can end up being your best friend. Like, I don't remember people will say like, no, like they're just there to do, well, I don't hate it, but some people live life by like the way like, oh, well, whenever I go to the store, like I'm just there to shop. But like, I don't know, I feel like we were put on this planet to socialize. So if I'm like walking through the avocado section and I see someone and they look interesting, I likely will speak to them. But here's the thing, also, like, I like doing that at school. I like doing that at like little events and stuff. Well, it really depends where I'm at, because I went to a concert a few weeks ago, and y'all, some of the people there, I was like, I'm kind of scared. Not like of them, but like whenever I see just a whole bunch of men together, I'm always like, no. No, not on my concert day. And yeah, so like, don't play with me. Like, no, we're not playing these games. Not my circus, not my monkeys. So no. But other than that, like, if I see someone and they look interesting to me, I'm always kind of like, if I have a question, I'll ask someone. That's kind of how it is. Like the other day, I was sitting behind this girl at BJ's. She had the most lovely perfume on, and so I was like, I need to ask you, like, where's that from? And she said Valentino, and I'm sad because it smelled really good, but they test on animals, and I was kind of like, But maybe I have a sample of that, because I used to get, I don't even know how I got the samples. I got them in like 6th grade. Gotta go sift through my crap over there. I just have like, because I used to get Ipsy bags, so I just have a whole bunch of crap. Well, not crap, but like just a whole bunch of stuff, like makeup and makeup brushes and just everything in that category. And it's like down over there, so maybe it's there. But oh my goodness, she smelled awesome. Anywho, moving on. Like I was saying, like I look for a connection wherever I go, and not like I'm like we're gonna be best friends, but just like I love sharing like laughs with people who I don't know. I think it's the most like adorable thing ever. And also, I don't know why, but this is like a trend. One of the ways I connect with people is just like making eye contact for a solid like 10 seconds, never speak to them, never see them again. And I'm like, well, all right, who else? Yeah, like solid eye contact. And then like I think for some people eye contact is like fine, and for me it is too, but sometimes, you know, whenever like there's like eye contact and then there's like eye contact, like we are looking at each other and I'm like, well, hey, funny seeing you here. I actually don't know who you are, so there's that. I just realized one of the last times I was talking here, I was like, I feel like everything I say is so mechanical, and I'm like, here, I'm aware, I'm conscious, and now I can just talk subconsciously. Oh, it's great. I love it. I hope I didn't just like make myself mechanically think. No, probably not. Oh, anywho, I feel like I've talked about this a lot recently, but yeah, I also don't want to say this, and then it's like somebody comes up to me and I'm like, because I'm not gonna say like, you know, if anybody speaks to me, I'm like, yay, woohoo, yippee, conversation, because there's sometimes where I'm like, I don't feel safe, so I'm going to exit this. But for the most part, but yeah, especially with like people my age, I'm always kind of like, okay. I was gonna say something and I forgot. Happens to the best of us. Earlier, I went to go get Chipotle. I have Chipotle right in front of me right now. That's my Chipotle straw. I got a little kids taco meal because I started working summer camp today. I work at summer camp, and this what happened? Oh yeah, I was like, so we have to eat with the kids, which I worked last year and I didn't mind it, but for some reason this year I was like very conscious of it. I was like, maybe it's just because it's my first day back, but I was like, I just wasn't feeling the energy, and so like I still ate my food, but you know, I feel like there's a difference between eating your food and like enjoying your food. And so I was trying my hardest, but you know, whenever you're with 4-year-olds, it's kind of difficult. But I mean, we were all chilling low-key, so I don't know. Oh, I also got 4 hours of sleep. I need to go to bed. But then I came home and took a nap before I met with my ACT tutor. Shout out to my ACT tutor. It was my last day with him, and I'm low-key kind of sad about it because what a chill guy. Wish him nothing but the best. Anywho, yeah, I laid my head down on my pillow and then I woke up with 10 minutes left until it started. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And also, everyone, I finished the assignment for my college class that was like lingering over my head. Like it was like right here all day, and I was like, get away from me. And then I did it. And so now it's like gone. Yes. And it got to a point where like, I feel like I've reached this point so much recently where like I'm like, it doesn't have to be good, just do it. Like it's better to turn it in now than turn it in late. So, and that mindset is what got me through junior year. Speaking of, my final grades came out today, where I tell you I have no interest in seeing that. Keep that away from me until about, I don't really know, because I need enough time to process it and be okay with it not being in a school environment, but I also don't want to do it now. So maybe like July 3rd I'll look, but that's really close to when our AP tests come out. And literally right after I finished my AP test, I was making the joke, I was like, girl, in July I am not gonna care, but I feel like I still care, so I need to go on vacation mode. And I'm really trying to convince my mom to take me on vacation, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. Also, tomorrow I have my senior photos. They got scheduled today because of scheduling things, and I just kind of feel not ready at all. Like, I really like to think things through whenever I do them, and it's PMO that I didn't have enough time to think through this, and it's kind of making me spiral just a little about my senior year, because like genuinely I've been wanting to plan my senior year since 6th grade, but I was like, I can't plan it now because like everything's gonna change, and now I'm like, I ain't got enough time to plan that right now. Or I don't want to make enough time to do that, because I want to eat this and then I want to finish watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love that movie. That movie's so good. I'm watching it right now. It's freaking hilarious, bro. I forgot how funny it is. I've been really into watching movies lately. Did I tell you I watched Moonlight? Oh my goodness gracious. The best movie ever. Hello? What, like, everyone needs to watch that movie. Everyone needs to watch that movie. It was so good. I think I cried from 5 minutes in until the end, and I loved every second of it. What was I gonna say? Oh, I also watched Call Me By Your Name, and I'm really sad that there couldn't have been a sequel, but I tried to read the book. There was a few technical difficulties, but we're working on it. I also want to start reading Fourth Ring, but I'm also still reading Heir of Fire. No, not Heir of Fire. I'm still reading Throne of Glass. I don't know which book I'm in. I've been reading it for a minute now, and I get really into it, and then my storage has me on a leash like this. I'm trying to beat the, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I was giving a presentation I wasn't even giving it, I was recording it for my class. Y'all, I was like, I've never stuttered this much before in my life. Like, I genuinely need my rock time. I need it. Okay, so I'm sure that I left like 20 loose ends. I apologize for that, but girls gotta go. Okay, bye.